观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看本周的完美主义，我是主持人沈旺林思韵。相信熟悉电影的朋友们都知道啊，上世纪的20年代呢，是对好莱坞来说非常重要的一个时代，因为呢，那个时候电影的工业中心刚刚搬到了西部，也就是好莱坞刚刚成型的这样的一个时代。那么今天呢，我们再次来到了洛杉矶的市中心 FDIM Museum， 来看一下他们最新的这个关于20年代的戏服展。我听说呢，当时由于埃及还有亚洲文化的这种兴起呢，让20年代的戏服呢充满着异域的风情，这就是为什么这个展叫做 Exotica。那让我们来一起来看看吧。Here I am with Kevin again, and we're here in the other exhibition right next to the costume and your costume design.
Yes.
In FDIM Museum.
Right.
And this is called Exotica, the fashion and film costume of the 1920s.
Exactly. So we're in our history gallery. So we were just in the galleries that have the Hollywood costume exhibition, and all of those pieces are on loan to us. Whereas the history gallery are pieces from our museum's permanent collection. We have more than 15,000 pieces covering 4 centuries. It's an amazing resource.
Wait, so do you have a warehouse that you put?
We store everything upstairs. We have a huge closet.
So wait, so did you say 15,000?
Thousands.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's about because the 1920s is when the movie industry settled out in Hollywood.
Right.
It had been on the East Coast, but because we have the sun all the time, they could film more. Also, it's the time where like women wearing makeup became acceptable in public, because you would see your favorite screen star putting on her bee-stung lips or her eyebrows, and women would copy that in their real life. And so then makeup started to be worn kind of every day. The movies was influencing what women were wearing as fashions, and one of the perfect examples is actually right here.
Okay.
We have this pair of costumes from the 1920s, actual movie costumes, are very rare. Very few have survived. And so we're very fortunate to have this pair of Chinese-inspired pajamas, right? But this is a movie costume from the 20s, and it was worn by the actress Faith Hope. Right next to it is a beautiful French haute couture gown by the couture house Calossure. And they were one of the most important design houses in Paris at that time. And it really looks a lot like kind of the beautiful Chinese and Japanese lacquerware. We've got the peony flower that's been hand embroidered in this kind of horizontally laid silk. And the Calossure were really famous for this type of embroidery. So you can see this perfect example of how the Hollywood costumes that we're looking at various areas, because you're sitting in the theater, but you can be in Japan, you can be in China, you can be in Egypt, right? They really took you to all of those exotic locations. By the costumes and by the storylines, which is exactly what happens still today in the movie. And even the 1920s is famous for the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb, King Tut, and in Egypt. And so people love traveling to Egypt. And it was very difficult to travel at that time. You didn't just jump on a plane and fly wherever you wanted. You really had to take, trains, you had to take ships.
And time and money.
Time and money. You were wealthy. You were wealthy. And so you would want to buy souvenirs. And this coat is actually a tourist coat. This was made in Cairo for a woman that was traveling there. But the thing that's fun about it is, because of the Egyptomania, the movie industry was also kind of jumping on that fad. So you can see how all of this mixes together, and really it's influencing makeup and travel and storylines in the movies, but also the movies influencing then what people are wearing. Hollywood costumes that survive are very, very rare. And both of these tunics were worn by Roman soldiers in the great 1925 Ben-Hur movie.
That's a great movie.
It is. It started with the book Ben-Hur that was actually published in 1880. So it's a very old story. It's been around a long time.
Right.
So we're fortunate that we own the armor tunic that you see here, and we borrowed the red tunic. And this is possibly the first time that they have been back together since 1925.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And then we have this incredible program that is from the 1925 Ben-Hur when it premiered. And it was in an exotic location because it took place in Jerusalem. This is what we're able to do to complement Hollywood exhibition, but then bring history into it and still show how Hollywood and history and fashion all blend together.
All interact.
And they still do today, and they did almost 100 years ago. I mentioned makeup, and this is a really rare makeup kit that was just donated to us. It is from 1928, and it's by Max Factor. And of course, there's still Max Factor makeup today. So this is what, you would have gone out and to have purchased.
So it's like a kit,
It's a whole kit, exactly. And I also want to show you these beautiful.
Yeah, they are very beautiful.
These are called one-sheet posters, and we have a three-sheet right here. And that's the thing, look at the colors. Look at the saturated color. But you got to think, what were the movies like in the 20s? It was all black and white.
Black and white, yeah.
So if you had literally a reel of film that was being sent out to your theater in the middle of the United States somewhere, right, to a movie house, how did you attract people to come and see your movie? You had these incredible lobby posters that looked gorgeous and like, oh, I want to go see Queen of Sheba. And then you go see Queen of Sheba, and it's a black and white film. And then those canisters of the film go off to 3 towns over because there's another movie house in a week. Whereas you're getting then the next set of films. The studio would send you another set of posters, and you would throw these away. Once you played the movie for a week and the posters were over with, no one saved them. That's why these are incredibly rare today. And I was so happy to have found a private collector named Dwight Manley who collects nothing but silent era movie posters. And we were able to borrow from him for this exhibition.
节目就到这里了，感谢您的收看。就像刚刚 Kevin 馆长所说的一样啊，我觉得这个服装、历史、社会，其实它有很强的互相之间的联系。不仅仅是服装反映了社会，其实服装反过来还推动了一些社会潮流的发展，非常的有趣。那这个服装展呢，还是那个感觉，就是它那种设计上面的小细节呢，还是近距离的，我们能亲眼见到去感受呢，会非常的不一样。所以还是十分建议大家有空的时候可以来 FDIM 来瞧一瞧这个20年代的戏服展。感谢您收看本周的完美主义，我是主持人佘旺林思韵，我们下周再见吧。